Can you please state your name and job title?
Yeah, Rohan Brown. I work at IK Caldwell in Ballarat as a customer services officer, and I'm the head coach of the Beaufort Football Club in the Central Highlands Football League.
Thanks, Rohan. What made you get into coaching?
The love of sport at the start was I played football all my life, and obviously that's going to come to an end one day, and I really wanted to be involved in that team environment, and also, obviously wanting to be in control of a group, which I am now. I'm lucky enough to be in now. So those things combined have all led to me, being involved this year.
Absolutely. Where did you start your coaching career?
So I originally started a few years back AFL Townsville.
Yep.
So I was there at an academy with the academy as a coach there. Then when I moved back here to Ballarat, I was grabbed by Phil Partington, who is at the Rebels. He's a talent manager there. Did a little bit of work with the under-18s and was the regional coach for the under-16s group. And then led on to being a senior coach this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So that explains how you become a senior coach, which is great. Some of the examples of some of the tasks associated with your role, so you might want to run through your week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. It's busier than what I actually thought it was going to be. Obviously, being in the role only 6 games in this year, it's definitely it's more work than what I actually thought it was going to be. So obviously, we play football on a Saturday. You give player feedback. I'm really big on player feedback, and they give me feedback to myself, and then I pass it on to our coaching group as well. So that's one of the tasks I really love the most about the job, is being able to interact with individuals, talk about feedback. Then we train 2 nights a week. We implement our game plan, which is sort of getting that across to our group as a whole. There's probably 60 guys on our squad, so doing that, and each individual has their idiosyncrasies that they can do well and bad. So it's all it's all relevant, and then obviously trying to get a game plan into the following week, and hopefully those boys can carry it out. But there's a lot more than what's actually above the surface. It goes very deep, and it's good. I enjoy it.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the roles you do, Rohan, in terms of man management, relates directly to sport management, which is our audience today. If you were to give any advice to sport management students, do you think it would be in relation to feedback and how they go about developing?
Feedback is the most important tool I think you can have as a coach. You've got to be very good at taking negative criticism as well as getting positive criticism, and that's one thing that I'm talking to the boys out at Beaufort at the moment, is about that we're doing things well, but what aren't we doing well, and how do you react when things are going against you? So usually most weeks you get a fair bit of negative criticism as well as your positive stuff. So that's probably the main thing, is to be open and honest. And sometimes you've got to be brutally honest, but that's just the way it is in the coaching game. And you've also got to buy in. And again, along the sports management lines, you have to buy in with people and industries and companies different than what you can with other people. So there might be someone that takes that negative criticism very well, but other people's don't. So you have to sort of adjust your ways of thinking there.
No, absolutely. And you've touched on how you enjoy development and feedback, both receiving and giving. Is there anything else you enjoy within your role as a coach? The most. What would you enjoy the most?
It's actually watching the game of footy. The easiest part of coaching a game of football, I think, is from 2:30 until 5:30, because you actually get to see the enjoyment out of the group. You get to see the enjoyment out of individuals that you work with very, very closely, not only during the football season, but also outside football season, in the off season, and outside those football parameters, where you can actually get involved in their life a little bit and help them. I know there's probably a fair few cases that, outside football, I'm working with guys at the moment, and I was one of those guys when I first moved down to Ballarat, and my mentor helped me through a lot of things. So that's probably the most enjoyable thing, is watching these guys succeed, watching them smile. Because as you know, on the coaching side of thing, or the the football side of thing, we are in country football, so it's only a game of footy. And but yeah, that's probably the most enjoyable thing is watching these guys succeed, and if they don't succeed, how they react, and being part of that team environment. And again, the sports side of things. It's always going to be your blood.
Absolutely, all good, Rohan. Also, major challenges encountered. So on the flip side of obviously the things you enjoy, what would you say is some of the challenges you encounter, again relevant to sport management, probably particular amongst you and your players? What are some of the barriers that might be there? Obviously you're in charge of 60 people. Is that a challenge in itself?
Oh, absolutely, it's a challenge every day. You've, as I said before in the interview, Matt, that a lot of people react differently to feedback that you give them, and again, use the word feedback, but it's more, a football club is run a bit like a business as well, so there's a lot of things to do with the coaching, and I know at Beaufort on field, but my motto is if you're good on field, you have to be good off field. So to manage that sports club or whatever club, it's going to take everyone to work together, so you're never ever going to get everyone in the industry working the same way or like you would. So the challenges are pretty hard sometimes to try and get everyone to buy into what you're doing, and sometimes I'm wrong and I accept that. It's not the vision that I want to go, but you sort of got to bite your tongue a few times and say, all right, we'll go down that way. But I suppose they're the major challenges. Again, the personal side of things is to try and help these guys out. But again, that's something I enjoy. So I don't see that more of a challenge. It's more of a fun part of it. A reward, and this again,
No, absolutely fantastic. And just to finish off, mate, you've touched on quite a bit here. I think just to relate it directly to sport management, some of the key skills within your role, I think, as you've said, like delegation, because you are in charge of such a big group. So obviously, as a coach, you require these key skills, which are completely relevant to people who are looking to get into the sport management system. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. You're spot on, and that's a big thing. I'm very I like to be in control, but I'm learning as I go that I've got to delegate and trust people around you. You get a good, and it's very relevant to sports management that I think you need to have a good group around you. You set yourself up with a base, and you work from there. So there's a lot of similarities between coaching and sports management, I believe, and it's not just fun and games, but it's also very rewarding at the same times. And if you can get the way the people to help you and be involved that way, it's spot on. So
beautiful, Rohan. Thank you. You're a great leader of men.
Thanks, man.
You're a good friend of mine, and I just appreciate your time and your perception on coaching and things in general. So I appreciate that.
Thanks,
Thank you. All the best.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks.